Uh, Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Brother Innocent Okoye, Ijiji Anes Solum Manoka Odoguna Basagelewu. Like I rightly said, that I'll be doing back to back. Follow me up. Let's make this world a better place. Like I said before, I went to a Bible school in Rima, trained by Kephas Church in Austria. I'm one of the founder of a Catholic Charismatic in Douala in Cameroon. And like I said, I'll be doing video back to back. I hate touching pictures or touching somebody. The world is always say that government is wicked, but I call the whole world a wicked generation. In short, this generation is one of the worst generation. Like I said, the devil is even afraid whether this generation is going to overthrow him because he thought he was wicked, but this generation is wicked than devil. This generation is where I find out that animal is more costly than human being. Because the way they slaughter people this time around, people do not even have a conscience. And when people are talking world government, bad government, I always have a question to ask them. If they bring a good man to rule this country, you people will not accept it. I remember during the day, in olden days, that was 2,000 years ago, when Barnabas and Jesus stand before the Pontius Pilate. Let me remind you the introduction the Pontius Pilate did. He said, Jesus claimed to be Son of God. Claimed! He said, Barnabas is a notorious criminal. Which one do you choose? The world opened their mouth and said they choose Barnabas, the worst criminal. And Pontius Pilate said, what am I going to do with Jesus? They said, crucify him. If you do not do that, you are not a friend of Caesar. And Pontius Pilate was his hand and said, the blood of this innocent man is upon you. I want you to understand, hear their answer, what they answered. He said, it's not only on our head, but to our children's, which means from generation to generation. So today, that's why when things are going wrong, I hear people saying, this is the worst government, this is the worst this. It's still people that install him there, either by crook or anyhow, let it be there. Nigeria is a country that can betray somebody just because of 10 naira. They betray you, you'll be suffering for the rest of your life as long as they collect that 10 naira in that moment. If people are dying, they did not care. That's what generation. This generation is a kind of generation I never understand. They say devil is a father of lie. Devil lies so much, but this generation lie more than devil. I'm telling you the truth. A brother cannot trust a brother. Sister cannot trust sister. Son cannot trust a father. This generation is a generation where a child uses his mother to do mother ritual. This generation is a generation where a brother uses his own brother, friend uses his own friend just in the name of money. And ask me, what are they making this money for? What are they, all this money they're making, what is for? Motor, lodging, hotel, and women. And what else again? Nah. Let me tell you. And they forget that they cannot live forever. Each time I remember that a man will die and meet his creator, I always decided to say, there's things that you need to do and things you don't need to do. A generation where a father uses his own son just to make money. You look at your son and you use it for money, and you sleep and wake up well. Man, that's evil. That's wicked generation I'm talking about. And the only thing is that no man can stop this. Run to the police. That's where you made the greatest mistake. Run to the pastor. Man, you are dead. There's nobody even to run to except Creator that was not created. God Himself. That's why I always tell people to run to God, not man. Man cannot do anything. That's why I said it can only be God. It can only be God and God alone. Loving Father that we're not going to have again. If man were to be God, things could have gone wrong. Thank God man are not God. The little power man possess, they misuse it. Power enters God them. Now let me tell you one thing. I have looked into this generation and I find out that I don't know. That's the kind of generation that God will say to Moses, let me destroy these people and create a new people for you. And Moses will answer God and say, no. If you destroy them, they will say, where is God that promised us a promised land? My brothers and sisters, it pains me sometimes to understand that this generation is the most wicked generation. The men of God are not helping matter. They have gone out of line. They are no more in line with God. That's why they mess up. Always challenging people. Come, bring heal. Bring sick people. Bring this, will heal. They cannot heal anybody because they do not have that power. The only thing they have power is to make money. Use people's brain. Brainwash them. That's what they have power for. But healing, they can't. It can only be God that can do miracle. Your problem that you have, God can solve it. I always tell men of God sometimes when I went to their churches, I see beggars in the front of their church and they are healing sick inside, and which nobody healed. I want them one day to come out and say, let the sick ones go home, that God has taken control. And I saw the sick one going back home with their mat in front of their church and with their clutches. They are free from all this, but they can't. So why are we proud? The prophet of the old will always tell man, when you go to them to seek what is happening in your life, they always tell you, you are not good to be with God. You are a wicked man. Change and begin to live a quiet life, or a life that is pleased to God. But this time, if you visit them, they will only tell you that God is going to see you through. They will pray for you and collect the envelope and go. This wicked generation, it can only be God. Ijiji ane solomwa noka odogu na basegelewu. Like I rightly say, it can only be God and God alone. And that's what I stand for. Thank you. God bless. Share this video. Comment on this video. And let's move this generation to a better place.